All right, there we go. We are live. It is officially 3:10 in the afternoon, Eastern Time. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics. Got another live video for you guys and gals out there who love watching comic book videos. And if you do, even if you've never been a part of my channel or even hit subscribe or even knew where I was, come on over, join into the live chat, because at the end of this video and every live video I do, I always do a surprise subscriber shout out. So if you want to be one, you don't even have to be a subscriber. You just got to come in, join in the live chat. The more you have a conversation, the more likely I will notice you. And if you want one, you can always ask for one, and I might be able to find one and get it for you. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I got a box I want to unbox for you. It's actually more of a comic bag. Considering there are 4 comics in it, I'm a little disappointed that they put it in a bag, but as long as the comics are okay, I am perfectly fine with that. While people are coming in, I just want to remind people, don't forget to click on the link that I'm posting in the live chat. It's also in the description and in the comment section of every video. If you click on it and join the cashback program, you spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you will get a $10 cashback bonus. So check that out. It's free to sign up. Just see if there's any restrictions for the area that you might reside in, so you don't have to worry about that. But like I said, it's free to sign up. Alright, so let me put on the video camera so you can see the unboxing, and then of course I will mention the price. So there are 4 comics in here. Well, in theory there are 4 comics. I guess we'll find out. These are all Silver Age comics. This is an auction on eBay that I saw last second. It was a newly listed one, so my recommendation is to check newly listed books, and you gotta be quick with these because they will sell quickly, especially if it's a great deal, and I find it. But you gotta act quick. So there's a lot of refreshing, there's a lot of patience involved, and they did this pretty good. So it looks like everything's intact. Alright, so they did put them in bags and boards. Now, these are lower grade books, but like I always say, repeat after me, low grade is better than no grade. And just make sure the comics are what they said they are. Alright, so here we go. Now, before I mention, well, you know what, I'll show these first, but let me say hello to a couple of people that are here. I always make sure I give shout-outs to the people that get here early. And for some reason, there was a problem the other day that some people couldn't comment for some reason. I checked YouTube, finagled with some of my settings, and didn't let me know about it. Real nice of them, so I just checked it and redid it, so everybody should be coming through, unless you're leaving a lot of curses and stuff. But, John, you are first. Hello. Rodolfo is here. Jake Conrad, always good to see you. Matthew is here. Giuseppe, Comic Mag Musings. Paul, Lauro Lopez, Raul, Mark, Rush Diehard is here. Your channel gets the job done. Thank you. Hopefully that will continue. Gazino 104042, who was the surprise subscriber shout out in the last video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I sent 4 of my key books to go get graded at PGX, and there's some special deals for you guys if you have never seen it before. Sunday Heat, and it is pretty hot today, even though it isn't Sunday. Victor is here. Harvey is here, one of my moderators and one of my power viewers. And Manny the Comic Collector, and many more. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me show you the 4 comics. I'll tell you the price I paid for them and what they originally had these listed for. And these look pretty darn good. Now, they only put them in top loaders, which is something I definitely recommend not doing. Now, if you put them in a regular bag and board and then put a top loader, that's perfectly fine. And I'll just show you the back of one. You definitely do not want to have a comic and just a top loader, because as you can see, anything can get in. Bugs can get in, moisture can get in a lot easier. You know, dust particles can get in. You know, if you're in a house with a lot of animals or somebody who smokes, you know, it's going to seep through. So I definitely do not recommend just putting these in top loaders, but it's good enough for now. They're intact. And let's show the 4 books. So 3 of the 4 are really great books. This one, but it's an earlier book. We'll see what happens with it. I doubt this character will ever see the light of day in the MCU. These are all Marvel books, but let's find out. Gazin, was it It's Gazenho, forgive me. I know I'm going to screw that up. It said, just ordered an Amazing Spider-Man number 3, 2.0. Very nice. That's a great book. First Doc Ock. All right, so without further ado, let's show the first of 4 books. This is the one kind of almost seems like a throw-in. This is Fantastic Four, issue number 21. This is the first appearance of the Hate Mongerer. As you can see, you could probably understand why the Hate Monger will probably never see the light of day in the MCU. But it still is an early Fantastic Four book. You know, the Fantastic Four are coming along. So it also has a Sergeant Fury crossover and Jack Kirby cover. Can't go wrong with that. So this is almost kind of like a throw-in. But still early Fantastic Four, but that's not why I bought it. Alright, comic number 2. This is a book I have. Lower grade, looks to be about a 3.0. There are some color breaks, but I knew these were lower grade, but still presents really well. So the second book is X-Men number 14, which is the first appearance of the Sentinels, which they didn't look very imposing in this cover, but later on when they made them basically giant size, I like the way they did it, especially in the cartoons and everything. They made them look very towering. Not so much in the movie that they did recently with them. Well, not too recently, but when they redid the X-Men and Fox, I mean, they were okay, but they still didn't look as intimidating. Harvey says, you're still blocking my guy Donald. I don't block anybody unless they've cursed me out or anything, so I don't know why it's blocked. He would have to check his cookies or something, because I don't block anybody unless they curse me out or something like that. So I don't know what to say about the person Donald, but there's nobody being blocked. Alright, so next up, this is a book I've never had, I've wanted, and I think this one will be a significant book. This is one of those sleeper picks that I definitely recommend. This looks like a 2.5 to a 3.0, and this will get me closer to the first 20 of this comic. And that is Amazing Spider-Man number 16. This is the first time that Daredevil and Amazing Spider-Man meet. There are rumors, and of course these are just rumors, but there are rumors that Daredevil may be in the next Spider-Man movie, potentially as Peter Parker's lawyer with the situations that happened in the last movie. And I won't say what in case you haven't seen it, but I would love to see Daredevil, especially the Netflix version, the guy who played, I don't remember his name, but the guy who played Daredevil, they're rumored that he might do it. I would love to see that, and it would be about time they got some of the TV show characters in the movies. But if Daredevil does end up in the MCU and does kind of do a team-up or even a cameo in the Amazing Spider-Man movie, this book is going to skyrocket. So I have Amazing Spider-Man number 1, but it's a coverless book. But I only paid like $300 for it. So I have issue 1. Everything else is complete. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, now 16, 17, 18, and 20. So as of now, for the first 20 Amazing Spider-Man run, I'm only missing number 8, which is the first, I think, Brain or something like that, and then 19. But everything else I have. So this is definitely a key book. If you can get this book, get it while you can. Because if they do an announcement where Daredevil is going to be an Amazing Spider-Man, that book is going to get very expensive. Alright, this is the last but not least. This book alone is worth what I paid for all 4 books. This is my 3rd copy of this book. There's only one major defect, which isn't really major. They say it's about a 3.5. I would say it's about right. But this is X-Men number 12. That is the first appearance of the Juggernaut. And the only major thing is, you could see right there, there's a piece missing. Maybe there was a price stamp or something, or a piece of tape, and somebody peeled it off or something, or they were pulling it out of the bag and board and the tape got stuck. I did that back when I was younger. So make sure if you're going to take things out. Harvey, I don't know why you keep saying I'm blocking this Donald person. I don't even know who he is, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm not blocking anybody. So unless this Donald guy... Oh, he's talking about the Donald Duck comic. I'm like, I was wondering why he's thinking that. Yeah, let me slide that over. I'm like, because all of a sudden he says the lovely Donald Duck thing. Alright. Gotta love live shows. So, as I was saying, this is the first appearance. Not only is this the first appearance of the Juggernaut, but as you can see here, and most people forget about this, this is the origin of Professor X. So this is definitely a significant book, and we know the X-Men are going to be in the MCU in the next few years. It's another book that's going to go up. I would love to see them do the Juggernaut again and make him more intimidating. I mean, the Deadpool version was not bad, but it definitely can do a lot better with it. I actually like the person who played the original Juggernaut in the first X-Men movie, or it was the second one of the two, but he just looked a little bit more intimidating, because I like an actual character, not a CGI character. That's where I didn't like Deadpool's version, because it was basically a CGI character instead of having a real person in there and beefing him up. But this is also Jack Kirby cover and art. So these are the books. We got X-Men number 12, first appearance of the Juggernaut. That book alone, in about a 3.5, is about a $350 book. Graded, of course, but I will get it graded eventually. Amazing Spider-Man number 16. First crossover between Daredevil, who had his yellow banana suit at the time, and instead of double Ds, he only had a single D on his chest. And I'll leave that one to your own interpretation. X-Men number 14, which is the first appearance of the Sentinels. So these three are the main reason why I bought it. And then, last but not least, Fantastic Four number 21, first appearance of the Hate Monger. Don't think that one's going to go anywhere. Now, if you want to put in the comment section what you think you would have paid for all four of these books, they're basically about 3.0 to 3.5 grades for all four of these. Now, the person had this listed, which wasn't bad for the price they were asking for, at $550 and then $8.45 shipping. But, of course, they had a best offer, which basically means, you know, they'll accept a lower price. Now, here's the biggest thing I want to recommend to people. Don't always assume that if you're trying to do a best offer with somebody that you have to ask for maybe $5 off or $10 off. You know, some people, if you ask too low, they might get offended. And, you know, life is too short to get offended. Like, I sold comics once or twice, and if somebody made an offer that was way below what I was willing to sell it for, I'll just say thank you. I won't get offended. I mean, who isn't trying to make deals out there in the world? You know, no one goes to a car dealership and sees the sticker price for $20,000 and say, oh, I'll pay exactly that. So people shouldn't get offended, but some people do. So those people you can't let yourself worry about. But you can find deals, and deals are out there. So I want to know, before I give the price, for these four books, what would you have offered? I paid, so it would have been with shipping and handling, he was asking for $558.45. I got him down to $358.45. So $350 instead of $550. So we took $200 off, because I initially asked for $200 for these, and they came back with the $350 and said that's the lowest they can go, and I was perfectly fine with that. So some people, when you make an offer, they'll just automatically decline it. Some will just flat out say no, and some will work with you. So at $350, well, $358.45, that comes out to $89.61 a piece. So this one, I would have overpaid at that price. But I definitely got my money's worth for this. $89 for this book, X-Men number 14, even in lower grade. Amazing Spider-Man number 16, first crossover with Spider-Man and Daredevil, and if they do the movie where Daredevil, the rumor is true, that book's going to skyrocket. And look at this book. This is about a $350 book right there. So for $89 a piece, well, $89.61, to me it was a no-brainer. So my secrets are, you got to know what you're buying, so you got to research your books. You got to go in with a positive attitude. You can't sit there and say, oh, I'm never going to find stuff, because what a surprise, you never will find stuff. You have to be quick, because deals like this are going to go quickly. Like I said, this was just listed when I found it. Made the offer. Luckily, the person was there at the time. We made the agreement. And I always say, when I make an offer, I write them a little note saying, I will pay right away so you don't have to wait. And there are times where I've purchased comics where there was not even a best offer. They just had to buy it now at a certain price. And I would message them and say, hi, I see that you're selling this for such and such price. If I paid right now, would you be able to accept whatever price? Some say no, some just ignore it, and every now and then they say yes. So you can make things happen. So don't be afraid to ask for lower amounts, because, like I said, even if 99 out of 100 times they get offended, which is ridiculous. Life is too short to get offended over such trivial things. But let's assume 99 out of 100 get offended. But you succeed the one time, and it's a comic you love and wanted, and you saved an incredible amount of money. Are you going to care about those other 99 times? So you have to put in the effort. The reason why most people fail when it comes to investments is because they don't put in the time, they don't put in the effort, they don't put in the research, and they have a very negative or demeaning kind of approach to it. In other words, like the whole, what I call the droopy dog syndrome, or the donkey from Winnie the Pooh. Like always depressed, always down, always not motivated, and you wonder why things never end up happening. So you got to make deals happen. Luck is not a part of it. You've seen, if you are one of my power viewers or ultra power viewers, you've seen hundreds upon hundreds of comics that I get at, or most of the time below, to the point where it's almost half of what it's worth, of major key issue books. Time and time again for years. Because I want to show you that if you finally say, you know what, I'm going to do what Chris says, and I'm going to stop thinking so negatively. I'm going to set goals. I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to put in the knowledge. I'm going to know what I'm buying. I have to put in the time, especially now when people like me, for example, I mean, there is no light at the end of the tunnel as far as my jobs coming back are concerned. The flea market that I'm selling at, they haven't even had a projected date at this point. And my DJing, forget it. No one's going to want to go near karaoke with people grabbing microphones and touching karaoke books. So you got to use the effort. You have to use the opportunities. As they say, seize the moment. Do not be afraid to ask for a discount. But you have to back it up. Don't say, oh, I'll pay right away, and then you don't do it. And also, like Frank says, be polite, but also be sincere. Because if somebody's being non-genuine, like, for example, you ever call a customer service agent and you're really frustrated because you got burned and something bad happened, and they're just like, yes, I understand your frustration. And they say it in such a monotone way to the point where it's almost facetious. To me, that's not genuine. So, yes, being friendly is definitely key, but be yourself and be genuine. Don't be fake, because trust me, there's a reason why I don't watch a lot of YouTube channels, even the major big ones, because a lot of them tend to be very fake. They tend to put on a facade. And to me, I want to listen to somebody that's very genuine, very, this is who I am, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is my opinion, and not afraid to be outside of what everybody else thinks. And that's one of the reasons that my channels over the years have maybe been considered controversial, because I don't just follow what everybody else does. I do what I want, even if it goes against what everybody else does. Be an individual, and I recommend that to you as well. So those are the 4 books. As you can see over here, and I've shown this yesterday, but I'll show it again, I have so many boxes of comics that I need to unbox soon. Just without being in work for a while, haven't really been motivated, and it happens to the best of us, but as they say, this too shall pass. Dustin says, okay, Chris, do you sing karaoke? If so, let's hear it. The reason I don't want to do that here is you will get a copyright strike if you sing somebody else's song, because I actually did post some of my karaoke singing. I mean, I used to be a lead singer in a band, so I can definitely sing, and I surprise a lot of people because I can sing anything from, you know, like a really low song, like a Barry Manilow song, or Barry White song, all the way up to Journey and hitting those high notes. But definitely I can't sing here because it'll get a contact strike, and just don't want to do that. But just have fun. Make efforts. You got to know what you're investing in. If you're just following other people's advice and buying a comic just because somebody else said so, and you didn't do the research, you're going to be burned more times than you'll succeed. And if you notice, if you've been one of my power viewers or somebody that's been watching my channel for a while, a lot of the announcements that are starting to get rumored on other people's channels are books that I've been talking about for years. So yes, I'm not going to get the credit as some of these bigger channels get, but I mean, like, for example, how many of you saw years ago when I was telling people to get the Midnight Suns comics, because I was saying around phase 5 or phase 6, it's going to be one of the two, that these things were going to be coming. So I may never get the thousands of views and get it out there, but I know what I'm talking about because I do the research, and I also pay attention to what's going on, and you could make predictions based on the way they're headed. So to me, some of the stuff has been a no-brainer, but there are books that people are just announcing now that I've talked about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And you could check some of my earlier videos so you can see the recommendations to see I'm not just blowing smoke. So let me do a surprise subscriber shout out. Put in the effort. Trust me, you reap what you sow. So if you give nothing and you don't do anything, don't be surprised that you do not get anything back. So today's surprise subscriber shout out will be ICT Vinny. You are today's surprise subscriber shout out. And I know Harvey cannot see this until it gets redone because he has hearing disabilities and he needs to see the words put up. So Harvey, I just want to say I apologize for misunderstanding what you were writing in the comment section, because at first you said you're blocking somebody named Donald, and I didn't even know who that was. But then when you said Donald Duck, I finally figured out what you were talking about. So I apologize for the misunderstanding, but hey, that's live shows. That's why I don't do videos where it's all cut up and looks all pretty, and I make sure I cut out any mistakes. This is who I am, and I think the people that come here appreciate that because it's just me. So give a shout out to the shout out. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy these videos. Let me know in the comments section what kind of deals you get, and if you think I made out and you would have purchased this for the prices I paid for these 4 books. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. Check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to click on the cashback program link there. Spend $25 or more within the first 90 days. You get an additional $10 cash back, and it is free to sign up. So thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you have a great day. And do not forget, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Have a great day, everybody.